松频道的朋友们，大家好！又到了我们荣松频道的专访时间了。那现在今天请到的嘉宾有一位是大家熟悉的责任扎西堪布，他就是我们荣松频道的创办人。这位年轻又漂亮的歌手 Tina 是来自于越南的知名歌手。那她曾经是摇滚歌手，现在全部都是唱佛曲。那现在我们就开始进行我们的专访。Hello, Tina.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to Taiwan.
Thank you very much. I'm very, very honored to be here with you. Yes, thank you.
To meet you. Could you introduce yourself to the people of Taiwan?
Yes. Hello, my name is Tina Ting, and I used to work in the show business for 15 years, and I left show business because I just find out that there is much more things to learn as Dharma and practice the Dharma. And so later I find out that the mantras are very powerful, and that is why I just start to sing the mantras, because I just thought that oh, maybe I have some gift from up there, like the voice, so I can use the voice for benefit others, not just entertainment but benefit others, because of the mantras are so powerful. And I know that young generation, they are really lazy and they don't want to listen to mantras, and so I thought that maybe if I do it in the modern way, maybe it will bring them to the Dharma. Maybe at first they will just think that, oh, that's interesting music, but the mantra itself is very powerful, so it will bring them to the Dharma. Yeah. So actually the music is just a tool.
Okay, thank you, Tina. 谢谢 Tina 的分享。现在想请堪布您就是跟我们说一下，就是您是怎么样的一个因缘认识 Tina 的？
其实我认识 Tina 的具体时间我不记得，但是我在网络上确实看过很多她唱诵的东西，就是咒语的部分。那后来她也有，其实有做一个音频那个内容也蛮有意思的。后来呢，就是我知道她在这个越南的年轻人当中非常有影响力。那同时他也是对这种咒语啊佛法是非常热爱的。他用他以前的这种方式专门唱佛曲的，再转达他的用歌声来唱出来，就刚刚说的一样的，他透过这个管道其实传达咒语的力量。所以呢，我觉得这个对年轻人也很有帮助。如果我们跟年轻人直接讲佛法，没有人听的，很多人不听，反正也不是完全没有人。所以呢，我就是想跟他聊一下。有机会的话，我们荣松佛教频道本来就是这网际网络自媒体的那种时代的一个平台，所以就是肯定是主要的对象是年轻人。那他在年轻人当中呢，就是无论是外在、内在、事业各方面都有影响力。所以我就这个过程，然后我就是透过应该是 Facebook 跟他联络，后来也有这个透过朋友，我们也有进一步的这个，我们有共同朋友，然后就是这个他认识的，我也认识，就是这样的一个过程。
真的是一个因缘哦。
对。
对，很奇妙的因缘。Tina, I have one question to ask you.
而且，所以这次他来台湾的因缘当中，我也有参与，所以就是。
是怎么样的因缘有参与他这次台湾之行？
因为他要来台湾其实是这个因缘是应该要说一下。
是。
为什么呢？因为我们的专访播出来。
是。台
湾的现在的这个新兴音乐会的现在的这个负责人，他们看到了，他们想邀请我，他们找我。那我也说，我跟他不是那么很熟悉，但是呢，没关系，你们就是很完整的一个他们的内容节目这个企划写给我，我就是发给他。他就是很单纯的，他就也是脑子很简单。他以后来说 OK， 这个剧组这些一些各方面的一些要求嘛，彼此之间，但是这方面没有问题，我可以来。
好像冥冥中有安排，对不对？
对对。讲完了。
谢谢看部。Tina, I have one question I want to ask you. You are very famous in Myanmar, especially for young people. So I want to know. I really want to know. Why do you learn Buddhist? Why do you learn Dharma? What happened in your life? Change your everything and change your simple lifestyle and give the something like gift for the young people.
I think that usually we people, we are very selfish, and we just want to have fun and enjoy the life. But then when something happened to our life, as in the past my mom get very sick, and I have a bankruptcy, and my health was going down too. So actually I will have nothing, and the most important person is my mother, and I love her very much. And so I was atheist, non-believer, so I didn't believe in the Buddhas or Dharma, and actually I didn't know that there is such a thing like a Dharma. I didn't know who is Buddha, and I didn't know there is something like enlightened, or I didn't know anything. So how can I be saved? Cannot. And then I just think about myself, I'm so small, and I just think about a human being, we are just a sand, so small. And for the first time in my life, I start to believe that there had to be something much more bigger and smarter and have much more wisdom than we have. And when I look at the iPhone, I say, wow, somebody just make this. So actually to make my mother be healthy again, I think it's possible. And at that time I had that kind of feeling, it is possible to save my mother, to save myself, to do everything again. But at the same time I had the feeling of suicide thoughts. So I want to suicide, and that was the first time in my life I make a prayer. I say,
so sad.
yes, and I say, because mother very sick, I am very sick, no money, bankruptcy.
You're for who?
Huh?
Who?
What?
Prayer for who?
Prayer.
A prayer
Yeah,
for who?
yeah.
Joking.
So I pray, first time in my life I say, okay,
Buddha.
who is there? Is there anyone, UFO or Buddhas, Bodhisattva, Jesus, anybody who can hear me? Please just help me overcome this situation. If you don't help me, I swear I will kill myself right now. So now, if you will guide me and you just show me the way, what I have to do to save my mother, save myself from the situation, then I'm willing to do everything you will tell me. And I was very truthful. I was very truthful, and I said, I will do everything you tell me. Just guide me. And it was very strong. And I remember that there was some source just coming down, and I become calm. And I just make something with my fingers. Now I know that it was mudras. And some postures in body, that was yogic postures, but I didn't know what it is. But it feels good, so I just let it be. I didn't have any afraid, even fear, a little fear. No, there was not fear, but I just have a feeling that I'm very safe and there is some help coming. And from that moment, just some channel inside myself opened, and I was guided what to do and how to do to save my mother. So first thing, I received some knowing, like if you want to, be saved, firstly, you have to go out of show business. Secondly, you have to cut your old friends. No bars, no dancing clubs, no drunks, no alcohol, no cigarettes, nothing like that. I say, well, that's it. And And I said, why? This is have nothing to do with. And all my life, I just work in show business. What would I do? And then, from the source, there was just simple answer. You want us to help you. So now we are guides you. Take it or leave it. It's your free will. You told us that you will do everything. So are you willing to listen? I have no choice. And I said, this is real. This is something real. Just some calling. So I said, okay. So I quit show business. I cut all my friends. I just stay alone at my home. And I start to do whatever they taught me to do. And part of my practice was not just the tantric things that later comes, but it was just simple things like cleaning the toilets, cleaning the poops from dogs, no mate. And they told me that I cannot have a mate. I have to work on the simple things and do it with love and compassion. Even, if you are taking care of your dogs, or you're cleaning dishes, or you're cleaning the toilet, you have to do it with love and compassion. And I say, what? And at the beginning, I really don't understand, but they told me that we cannot protect you from the evil spirit if you still have anger and aggression inside of yourself. So now, this is a tool that will, just transform your aggression, your pride, because actually everybody who work in show business have very big ego and the pride. I was a person not really with the pride and big ego. I always try to be nice, but inside of myself, I feel that I had big ego and I had a big pride. But that was hidden, really hidden inside of me, and nobody can see, but I know. So then they told me, the source told me, no, you have to do it. And if you clean with compassion and love, and you really enjoy the present moment, it's done. Your first step is done, and we will go to next level and next level and next level. So it took me a few months to the point that suddenly I just wash the dishes and I feel so happy. Yeah, so that's...
Wow, fantastic.
Thank you. Yes, but I think that if I share this thing, maybe it will bring some benefit to others, because many people, they go through something like me and they don't understand what is happening. They don't know where it is just come from. And for me, it's not important where it is coming from. It's from Buddha, Jesus, or universe, or higher self. What is it? Don't worry about that. It's not important. It's important that it's really helping us to become better and improve our lives. And yes, if it not happen with me this way, I will never ever learn the Dharma, because I would not see the benefit. And from the books, as I told you, I was not book reader. I was the worst student, and I really love, my work in show business. I love that, so like that.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you so much. You made me cry.
Thank you.
堪布，您对 Tina 这样子不可思议的一个心路历程，您能不能够跟我们说明一下，或者是说分享一下，那他的这样子的一个人生的不可思议的过程是怎么样的一个状况？
我觉得这一点呢，就是确实你问的也非常好，我也刚好要说一下，因为他本身的这个遇到这种困难，就像跟他母亲的那种状况啊，那个时候他就是很难过、无助的时候，他想得到一个外在的力量也好，反正他可能没有分得那么清楚，但是一个力量，希望呢就是帮助到他。他那个时候也就是内心感受到一个强大的力量，而且他有自己的这种心灵的这些特别的一些 我们佛教说的有点像绝手啊，我觉得这个都是我相信他的讲的都是这样的，真是的。可是呢，为什么他能受到这个这样的他有这样的一个感受？那他觉得这个佛教也好，基督也好不重要，只要一个帮助，那个是很多人一般人想的一个想法，我们也可以理解。但是如果我这里说的是，如果是佛教修行的立场来讲，他的这个状态呢，这是可能是以佛教的解释是前世有过修行的这个经历，一个经验。所以这种过去的很多的这种现象学当中的这个修行相关的这个潜在的这个有一些东西，已经这个先前了。我觉得这个用字有点那个佛教，但是还是没有找到更生活的一个，就是先前了啊。那这种情况下怎么办呢？有佛教里面是这样说的。那就是你有这个基础，这样的感受是很好的。同时呢，你能够用于一个很正确的善知识的引导，佛法智慧的系统里面，你能够运用的话呢，就你能够获得这个涅槃了，或者反正就佛教所说的这些成就。那他现在目前为止呢，没有完全的这个进入佛教啊，等等等等的。刚刚我们用餐的时候聊天一下，所以这部分呢，我觉得现阶段就是这是他的状况。但是呢，我也想另外一个呢，我看过一些蒋勋老师的台湾的蒋勋老师的一本书《金刚经》。
蒋勋老师。
对，蒋勋老师，因为我喜欢他讲的东西和他的读那个唱诵。
是。
他和《金刚经》结缘也是他从加拿大回到台湾的路上，他知道爸爸可能快不行了，就是爸爸生重病，然后呢，弟弟还是哥哥跟他说是爸爸快不行了，然后他匆匆忙忙的离开这个加拿大，回到这个台湾的路上，爸爸几十年前送给他的一个《金刚经》，他无意间打开，其实也不是无意间，那个时候他心里很恐慌、无助的时候，就是想到《金刚经》。从此以后，《金刚经》对他起到非常大的作用，所以现在他也写过关于《金刚经》的书啊等等，所以这些都是缘分。我觉得他是一个很好的一个缘分，但是这个缘分能不能很顺利的开花结果，要看个人的缘分。
谢谢看部。Tina, I have a question. Do you have something like master or teacher guide you how to learn that?
Good question.
No, just that invisible master. I don't have any master in physical form, and I think that it would be very nice to have one, but I think that I was not ready, and that's why my master didn't appear. And maybe if I get ready, maybe he will appear. But until now, like it is just around 7 years, I think, from 2015, and I just received teaching from that source, from that invisible master, like inner teacher. I don't know how to explain, but it is hard to learn that way, because if I do something wrong, I'm not sure about that. If it's wrong, is it right? I just have some kind of feeling, but then if it's wrong, I have to pay, like with the price. Oh, this is wrong. You cannot do that. You know, that's not good. And how can teach me? That's just only one way. I will get sick, tingling and pain in my body, and then I will know that I am going wrong way. So this kind of way is a little tough, but I have learned this way 8 years. And because it's tantra, so it's going up and down and up and down, and sometimes I just ask myself why I'm just practicing this, because it's so painful. And then I just think about the past. It was just like I jumped to the unknown. I didn't know what is in there, but but because I have no choice. Or I will die, or I will jump in, or maybe if I jump to the unknown, maybe I will survive. Otherwise, here I will kill myself, so there's no more choice. So that's why I just jumped in. And many things happen, because it's Tantra, so many things happened, and I didn't question it. When it happens, I just let it be. When it happened in my body, I just let it be. I just let it be. And 8 years, so tough. And then there was time, I say, in tears, I say, if I know this part is so hard, maybe I will not jump in because so hard. But in a way, my mom get healthy, she just get healthy. I get out the bad situation and everything just brighten up. And, my health was improved. So actually, I got everything. And then, much more than that, I remember there was a crazy dream. I had a dream. And even the crazy dream comes true. How can be possible? But that's the power of the Dharma. You don't believe, I make you believe. And then, when I believe, I will do everything to practice the Dharma. Because I know it's very important. And the problem of human beings, we're so lazy. And then when everything is good, we're getting better, health good, we are beautiful, we have money, then we are so lazy. And we stop to practice the Dharma. So now I have to push myself, and very hard. Practice the Dharma is hard. Practice the Dharma is really hard. And even to control the mind, so hard. Because I think 70% of human brain, we are producing the negative thought to everything and everyone, and we are judging and judging and judging. And it's just nature of the mind. So now I have to control it and just practice. If the negative thoughts comes, what I have to do with that? Just leave it, just let it be, but be aware of the negative thought and just let it be. And sometimes now I have to turn it, transform it. Transforming from negative thought to positive thought. If negative thoughts comes, Om Mani Padme Hum, and transform it to something better. For instance, if I see some bad behavior, and I say, why is so bad behaving? She's so ugly or something like that. No. Now Om Mani Padme Hum, I understand that she have the reason to become like that. Om Mani Padme Hum, may she be enlightened. May she have a light inside. May she be happy. May she be healthy. May she get everything she ever wanted, so she will not be like that. I know she's like that because she's suffering. So now, I'm transforming all the negative thoughts into positive. And it's still there. Like the negative thoughts still there, but we still have to practice. And even though sometimes it's hard because that's real bad behavior and we just really feel bad about that, but still, we still need to practice the light. And with the hope that someday when we practice the light enough, we become the light. Something like that.
Okay, thank you. 堪布，我想请问一个问题，就是说，Tina 有提到她曾经想要自杀，然后我相信也是很多年轻人会遇到的一些问题，但是她是靠自己的方式走出来。那堪布，您在这里有没有一些建议，或者有一些话对我们现在的年轻人说一说，就是说，如果遇到生命中比较低潮的时候，有负面的思考的时候，该怎么做？
我觉得这有几个方面。第一个呢，如果你愿意相信佛法因果轮回的话，其实自杀是非常错误的一个选择，这个一定要知道，因为你自杀是什么？为什么自杀呢？就是大家很多人自杀，我们都很理解啊，我也不觉得很奇怪， 因为什么？他很痛苦啊，活不下去啊。他自杀的最根本的原因就是因为痛苦啊。所以如果以佛教，对他像提娜当时那个场状况一样，非常痛苦啊，所以就是他已经绝望了。那绝望之后呢，想自杀，他觉得这就是解脱，解决了问题，其实是错误的。为什么呢？因为生命不是只有现在我们看到的那个阶段的，还有来世、中阴、巴尔度，然后下一世，它是这种12缘起的一个这样的一个轮体的一个转轮，一直在转。所以释迦牟尼佛也说，你自杀了，就是有杀人的过患、罪恶。所以就是第一，你接受了什么呢？那来世呢，这就带来了更大的这个方面的这个造作的恶业了。第二个呢，民间一般人比较接受的一个阶层来说的话呢，自杀的人呢，比一般人有更沉重的这种愤怒、嗔恨，那种一种情绪。那这种状态当中死的呢，也就是很容易变成不太就是不认识不到自己已经死了，然后就这个对家庭呢整个也带来了很不好的一些这个不吉利或就是不好的一个影响。那不信佛法的角度来讲的话呢，我觉得很多思维是对你有帮助的，因为你觉得我反正现在非常痛苦绝望，其实你这个认真去思考的时候呢，有很多呢，就是有比你更痛苦的，有各种。他们为什么没有自杀？其实很多时候我们自杀的时候呢，并不是因为那个事情太严重，而且我们看得太严重了，看不开了，这个解读的一个问题，看法的问题，观念的问题。所以你调整你的观念，那就比较容易。至少你暂时可能会，就比如说我们很情绪生气的时候，很想说脏话嘛，那过了一阵子就叫你说你也说不出来了，那就是当下的一种情绪的反应。所以那种情况下呢，就是用各种方式来，能不能暂时你自己不要那么激动了，这就是一种比较有用的帮助的方式。然后呢，如果你这个对亲朋好友，尤其是这个家庭、父母、那个孩子这样的上有老下有少的那种很多人来讲的话，那你的自杀对他们带来就是我们不说这个来世的问题，就是延期也带来非常大的痛苦，而且他们可能是这个父母呢，就是所有的这些金钱养大，然后就是这个供你读书，你已经大学了，你要毕业了，你自杀了。这就是我们用伦理道德来讲的话呢，就是我们不能说不负责任，他自己很严重那个痛苦崩溃的状态当中，我们没有资格说是就是用一些负面的来责骂他，但是呢，确实是这是很不好的一个选择。所以能不能用这些几个思维来自己参考？是这样。
谢谢看。Tina, time is
No, it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's very good. Tina, time is limited. I think maybe only 10 minutes. Could you speak something to Taiwan's young people?
What?
Speak some, talk to young people.
To Taiwan.
To Taiwan's young people.
Because to this time.
Yes, because your experience is very different.
Actually, I always sending it for every young people, not just Taiwanese, not just Vietnamese or European, everyone. That the Dharma is very, very powerful, and this is the tool. It's really a big tool to improve our lives, and it can improve everything: your health, your situation, economy situation, family situation, everything. So if we know that there is a tools Dharma practice, we can save our lives and improve everything. That's very important, and young people don't know about that. Really don't know about it. So that is why I start with the mantras, like a very modern way. And if they listened, there will be some seed and brings them closer to the Dharma to practice. So it's not like the end, like, oh, just listening to the mantras. No, no, no. Behind that, there will be some power, some source that will lead them, lead the audience, the young people, or all the generation to the right path to improve the life. And I am guarantee you, if you start to practice the Dharma, you will see the power, you will see the miracle. No, I'm really, I'm speaking to you from my heart and from my experience, and it is like that.
OK, thank you so much.
Thank you.
看过那个，因为时间也有限制，
是
也快到了，就是 Tina 也给了我们台湾的年轻朋友一些建议。那现在想请堪布也给我们台湾的年轻朋友们，不只是台湾的年轻朋友，是所有正在观看我们荣松频道的朋友们一些建议或者是一些看法。就是当我们遇到很沮丧的时候。
因为刚刚关于自杀这件事情，我也想稍微的补充一下，可以吗？
可以，当然。
因为呢，其实呢，你知道前天有人就是邀请我去参加星期天的下午一个什么画展，对吧？
对。
那个人当然是我认识的，可是一直真的是时间很难安排。可是他最后的发的这个那个信息，我就无法拒绝他。他说当时我记得有一些讯息的来往，他当时他的妈妈就是过世了吧，然后他非常痛苦，不知所措的时候，我又动不动跟你发讯息，然后你又一直回复，结果就是让他这个做出了这个他那个海岸，所以呢要当面感谢。还有这个画展里面有我的色彩，这是我也不知道。所以有时候我个人来讲的话呢，只是一个，哎呀，我的角度就是讲几句，1分钟2分钟就是这样的。我也不认为我讲了很大的一个智慧的，可是呢，对方的解读和角度正在那个挣扎痛苦当中来讲的话，这些每一句话、每一个鼓励都非常重要。所以呢，像自杀的那些人也，我觉得最大的一个问题是他们闭着闷着，这个痛苦不说出来，这就是变成最大问题。所以你就是有上司就跟上司说，有弟子跟弟子说，没有弟子了，学生也好，朋友也好，家人也好，你现在过得好，就是无论如何你就是发泄一下，说一下有非常大的帮助。只是我觉得我不是因为什么有一个高深大的一个力量，不是帮助到他，我觉得只是我也愿意听他的发泄，帮助到他了。简单来讲，所以这种其实是很重要。那另外一个呢，刚刚Tina说的这个年轻人和音乐的关系，所以呢，就是Tina这次来的主要是就是这个新兴音乐会。那之前我也专门为这个新兴音乐会写了一篇文章，鼓励他们就是这个一定要办得成功。为什么呢？因为这个年轻人呢，我们直接让他们学习佛法没有的，他也跟一开始不是因为高深大德或这个因果理论会，不是这样的，就是内心有痛苦，他需要帮助的。那种情况下，咒语是非常好的。为什么呢？咒语是诸佛菩萨的智慧的一个化现。那个只有听就够了，就是不需要有什么太大的这个，尤其是达拉乃那个陀罗尼，其实它是文解脱、文集解脱，所以你听了就是你的很多的痛苦都会减少。但是如果我们寺院里面的话，南无阿弥陀佛，因为大家也不愿意听啊。那那个叫什么这个？现在的方式，活泼的方式，跟大家这个演出或讲师唱出来的时候，大家都觉得很棒。
没错。
所以明天后天的他们的演出，也是我觉得对台湾的年轻人有帮助。当然，这个我们节目呢还来不及这个，但是呢，这种音乐会，佛教专属于佛教，针对于年轻人的音乐会，明年后年一定会有持续的。所以年轻人呢，希望也参加这些，我们也。佛教徒们也针对这些年轻人，因为佛教的目的不是要增加的信徒， 而是帮助这些周围的人。
是
只是我们和年轻人之间沟通有问题，因为我们中间有时候有这个代沟，但实际上他们也很需要帮助。所以这一点来讲的话呢，我也呼吁，他刚刚说的一样的，佛教真的是一个很大的力量。
没错。
Dharma power， 他刚刚说的，我听得到，就是基本上都听得到，但是说不出来。所以呢，大家也就是不要当做一个迷信，这是自己的痛苦和这个很多困难的时候，是佛法是有帮助的。但是那个帮助的方式是我们也要考虑年轻人也要考虑这个佛法不是迷信，是一个慈悲和智慧的一个教育。
I have the last question is, do you have any idea what to find master or teacher guide to learn Dharma?
Actually, recently, about 2 months recently, yes, because there was something happened in my life again. Yeah. And it's the question was bigger than before, and then I felt that maybe I'm ready. So I just waiting. The universe sent me.
You don't need to wait till teacher is here.
I don't know. Yeah, I just let it be, and if the right one, if I feel that that is the right one, yeah. If I don't feel, I cannot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Campbell，现在他说就是我们的时间，对我们时间也是差不多了。那虽然他还没有找到老师，那么现在我想请 Campbell 以老师的角色，然后呢用我们的藏族的方式送给他一个祝福。
可以。但是这一点我也讲1分钟可以吗？
可以。
因为呢，他确实也刚刚也说到了，他还没有找到真正的老师，这个也是经常大家问的问题。
是。
所以他这种没有找到，有时候是好事啊。但是呢，等太久也耽误了整个事情。人生是很苦短的，这生命是无常的，对吧？
是。
所以呢，这种当然是我也不是针对于他一个人讲，就是针对于大家有类似的情况的时候，我刚刚跟他们分享的是什么呢？就是这个找老师有2种。这个佛法的担当，他说的金刚乘的这个老师呢有2种，我们学佛法的讲，一个是什么呢？就是那种，你就世俗的用来讲的话呢，一见钟情，一看到他，就是哇，他就是我等待的那个人。以前我就在这个美国的也有一个噶钦仁波切的翻译，我跟他有对谈嘛。他说他就是见了很多高僧大德，他甚至专门去印度见到很多善知识很不错的，但是没有感觉，就是没有那种感觉。结果最后专门就是去见噶钦仁波切，别人也要去帮他在意大利，噶钦仁波切一见到他说这就是我要的生命。那种是第一个选择，就是很好的缘分，有很好的缘分的话，你能找到这样的上师，那就可能是极好的一个幸运。第2种呢，你不要找到这样的话，你客观的去观察，我们说观察上师嘛，然后觉得他的人格修养、佛法的知识，各方面的这些他都还发现都不错的话，那你以他作为一个老师来学习佛法，然后就是你自己按照佛法去做，他就是是不是一个老师？那没有什么神秘的，就是我们学任何知识也要找一个专业的老师。就是一个佛法上的一个专业的给老师来，然后继续学的话，至少你的基础已经稳住了，不会走错路，这是第2个选择。然后呢？还有我要送给一个祝福是吧？那这个呢，其实我今天要送给他的也不是主要是我是佛法老师的身份送给弟子的，主要是他是朋友，再加上今天我们的荣总频道的贵宾，
是，
所以我必须要送给他一个哈达，所以呢，这是一个哈达，还有这个呢就是我们荣总频道为什么荣总？因为这是荣总班智达。他就是这个西藏的这个大圆满传承祖师最重要的大圆满，做成Grand Master，
you.
Okay, this is Rongsom. Why is Rongsom Buddhist channel? This is Rongsom. This is Rongsom. Name is Rongsom.
说班主
Rongsom 班子的。还有 other thing, many thing. 这是台湾的一个红茶，这是一个你现在在台湾。
Very famous.
这个是我的其中一个上司，就是我们那个法王如意宝的寺院，这些全世界规模最大的这个佛学院，纳入我们佛学院的很多正规的教法在里面。佛法学习有帮助，也是英文。这是一个 big number one，
Biggest in the world.
纳入，所以呢，我想。
So many gifts.
So many gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
谢谢荣松频道的朋友们，我们今天的访谈就到这边结束。如果您喜欢我，
Thank you.
如果您喜欢我们的节目，请您给我们一个赞，也请您按下您的小铃铛哦，谢谢大家。